What's up? What's up? This your boy T. It is Thursday. We're almost gone through another week because every day, with what's going on now, every day is a blessing. So this is definitely a triumph for me, and I hope it is for the rest of you guys. Before I get into what I want to talk about today, I want to bring up two things. One is a follow-up on my thoughts on that Brooks matter, Rayshard Brooks. I'm sorry. Rest in peace to him. But when you learn more about that, how can you defend police? You know, as much as you are a defender to say, hey, Blue Lives Matter as well. But after reviewing that dash cam, that body cam, and then the press conference from the attorney, the DA's office or what have you, when you see the facts, when you see it in black and white, there's no doubt about it that they killed that man. And to have the nerve, the gall, to have that one officer who shot him in the back and yelled out, "I got him," to go and kick that black man when he's down, like it's beyond evil. It's your intent. That is who he is. And as far as I'm concerned, they deserve everything they get. But this next one I want to share with you guys is something that I want to make all you guys aware of. Okay, and I don't know if you know it or not. You may have heard a little bit about it, but there are lynchings going on. Okay, there's 5. When I last talked to you, I thought it was 2. There's 5. And I'm going to name those names because they're not going to be forgotten. We're not going to forget those brothers. They range all the way. I think the oldest is 38. The youngest was a teenager. That's unbelievable to me. It's one thing, like I said before, that 2 black men, it's unusual. Now 5, you have 2 in California. You have, I think, 2 in Texas. And do your homework on it, you'll see. And then 1 in Manhattan. Okay, those names are Malcolm Harsh, and excuse me if I'm pronouncing his last name. 38 years old. He was so-called committed suicide in California. Then there's a Robert Fuller. That's the one that I told you about. He's 24, and he was one. Back to Malcolm. He was committed suicide May 31st. Robert Fuller, 24 years old, outside of City Hall. He was committed suicide June 10th. Then a day before him, Dominic Alexander, age 27. He was committed suicide June 9th. And then there's a teenager, which, by the way, one of them is Latino. So it's not just black lives and people who are being executed out here. Even though the family says, hey, he was a little suicidal, but I guarantee you where there's smoke, there's fire, right? And all these people here now are considered suicidal. The authorities have the gall to come out and say the evidence. Forget the evidence. I don't care about the evidence. The evidence will be hidden by the people who did it. So for them to even have, I would be embarrassed to come out and say, hey guys, this is just a coincidence here. These guys committed themselves. Get the heck out of here. I'm telling you, and you talk to any black man who's gone through things, we don't just go and hang ourselves, right? So people, like I said to you before, people have to dig deeper. Don't just believe what people are telling you. And getting back to that Rayshard Brooks, the Wendy's that got burnt down. Well, did you know there was a young white person on a female who they got on camera, who they're looking for? Hopefully they caught him. I'm not sure. But she burnt that down. And who got blamed for it? The minorities. All right? We got to pay attention and be aware. These videos that I'm making is just to let people know. Some people who don't read the news and are a little disheartened by what's going on. Learn what's going on around you, because this is real. Okay? For 5 people to lose their life outside of what's going on from hanging, and they're all minorities, that is absolutely asinine. That's absolutely an offense to my senses as a common as my common sense, it offends me that anybody would even say that, right? So look into it. You pull up those names, you find out what's going on, and then I think another one, I don't have his name, but it's two in California, two in Texas, and one in Manhattan. That's 5. Okay? Rest in peace, you guys, to their families. And hopefully we don't sweep this under the rug with what's going on. Be aware. This is why I'm telling you, we have to talk to our kids. We have to. Now I'm going to segue into the whole purpose of why I'm making this video. And this is out to fathers and sons. The last video I talked about mothers and sons, but I'm not letting the fathers off the hook as well, including me. Fathers out here, we have to stop walking around thinking that the world belongs to us, right? Thinking that the sun sets and the sun rises on us. If you have kids out there, and take it from experience, if you have kids out there, a son out there, even a daughter, right? And even if you had a bad relationship with them, even if things didn't work out between you and their mom or whatever, that does not matter anymore. It's about humility, right? And humility ties into what I'm saying. Is humility, the definition of humility is not making yourself above anyone else. So when you apologize to someone, you're almost like bowing your head down to say, hey, I'm sorry. It's like a submissive stance, right? It's a submissive gesture. Now, some people, and shame on them, if you apologize to them, they will kick you when you're down. But that's okay because you are learning humility. They have a lot of growing up to do, right? I say that to say, fathers, if you're out there and you know your sons may have something against you, may be mad, may have been misguided, misled to believe that you are the enemy, you pull your man pants up, talk to those kids, and yeah, they may give you their butt. They may tell you, don't call me anymore. You keep trying. And always remember, man, let every man be a liar. God is good. I'm a living proof of that, right? Relationships I thought were dead. God has resurrected them. And I have a much better relationship with my kids and my family because of humility. Because you don't want to waste all your time. Well, he did this and she did that. And because if you start attacking that boy's mother, he's going to take it like any other boy, any other male should, if you're offending their mom. So find another way. Pull your man pants up, reach out, especially in light of Father's Day that's coming, right? Because a lot of these fathers out there, they get mad when you don't give them roses. They get mad when you don't tell them about Father's Day. Man. Use this as an opportunity to get better with your kids, right? Because our sons need us now. Our minority sons need us. They need us to talk to them about being a man, about how to address the world out there, about not being caught in compromising positions where you're literally fighting for your life. Make them know that they are proud. Be proud, right? I want my kids to be proud to be Thomas Flint's sons. I want my grandkids to be proud that I'm Thomas Flint's grandkids, right? So what better time than the present to do it now? Now, the sons, including me, you have to give your father a break. You have to realize that, listen, he may not have made the decision that I would have made, right? But I'm going to try to make it better because what you're doing is you're taking a chain of anger and anxiety and pain and sadness and you're breaking those chains. And forget about the father that you're doing it for. It's for you. Because don't forget, young men, you are going to be a father one day, God willing. And you're going to see exactly that there's no tutorial to being a parent. There's no play-by book, right? So, and I have to understand that too, right? Because, and I'm talking to these older parents out here, right? These 70, 80-year-old parents who have been raised a total different way. Try humility, guys. Don't think that you know everything. Don't think that you can't be told anything. Because a foolish person will close themselves off to constructive criticism and conversation back and forth, right? So to those parents who are 70, 80 years old, and you have these kids in your life who love you and cherish you, and they just want you to say that you're proud of them, you love them, do that. So the sons out here who have the anger, who have the my dad wasn't there, blah, blah, blah. I've been it. I've lived it. Try a whole nother way. Try to look at what's going on out here and say, you know what? I want to better my relationship with the men in my family. Because don't forget, guys, like I said to you before, if what I know is coming down the pike, and all you got to do is look at those 5 hangings. Hangings. I don't call them suicide. I call them hangings. If that comes into play, then we need every available minority man out there. And that's a doubt. There's no doubt about that. And before I let you go, this case with the hangings remind me of a 1979 case from 1979 to 1981. And some of us old enough knows that. And it's the Atlanta child murders. Okay, where 28 people, 28 adolescents, adults, okay, in Atlanta was murdered. 28. And they blamed it on a man by the name of Wayne Williams. And Wayne Williams was a little weird. He was a little eccentric. He was a little, I don't know, even if he was gay, who cares? But the fact that they penned 28 murders, but right now he's done life for 2. Now, how do you call a man? And by the way, the evidence that they have for him, like the dog hairs and stuff. Well, I remember a story where a white officer infiltrated the KKK and found out that was done by design. The dog hair that they said that Wayne Williams had also came from a regular dogs out there that could have come from someone else, not necessarily him, right? There was a profiler, FBI profiler, and that profiler made a comment, and he said that it isn't a single offender, and the truth isn't pleasant. Now, that's an FBI crime profiler who profiled these murders and said, nah, it's not just one man. So even if you believe Wayne Williams killed 2 people, who killed the other 26? Think, guys. Look, you don't have to take my word. Pull it up. You'll see. There's a big thing going on around here, and history repeats itself, and that's what's happening now. So I love you guys. You know me. I'll be back on the horn tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the last couple of days. Next couple of days is going to be, an interesting day for me because one is obviously going to be Father's Day. The second is going to be Juneteenth, which we already know is the emancipation of the slaves, the last day, supposedly. And the third one, and more importantly, is the anniversary of my brother's death. So, a birthday, I'm sorry. So, I love you guys. I'm out. And until we talk again, stay peaceful, stay safe, and don't forget, the corona's on our butt. Love you. Bye.